Welcome to James Madison's Montpelier. I'm Christian Coates, Director of Education and Interpretation.
And I'm Meg Kennedy, Director of Museum Services.
We are standing in the second floor of Montpelier in a room that some consider one of the most important in America, James Madison's library. Madison is remembered as the father of the Constitution because of his tireless dedication and commitment to its creation and ratification. And it was here at Montpelier that Madison did some of his most important work. In 1786, the Revolution had been won, but under the Articles of Confederation, the young American nation was being torn apart as the states were increasingly in dispute with each other. Madison fully understood that if the states couldn't govern themselves better, the ideals the Revolution had been fought for would be lost. He took it upon himself in 1786, at the young age of 35, to help save the young American nation from ruin. In the winter and spring of 1786, Madison spent countless hours poring through more than 400 books in the quiet recesses of Montpelier in an effort to understand ancient republics and confederacies and why they failed. He used this knowledge to frame the ideas that ultimately became the Virginia Plan and later the U.S. Constitution. Montpelier is Madison's lifelong home. An avid reader from a young age, Madison began expanding his father's library as a graduate fresh from the College of New Jersey, what we know today as Princeton University. By the time of Madison's death in 1836, his library had grown to more than 4,000 volumes and was one of the largest, most comprehensive libraries in America.
Unfortunately, in large part, these books have been lost to history. Like many of the furnishings and personal possessions of James and Dolly Madison, Madison's library has been widely dispersed and there is no complete inventory of his books. Through an extensive research initiative the Montpelier Foundation began in 2008, we have combed through more than 30,000 letters, news articles, bills of sale, inventories, wills, and other documents, looking for clues that will help us understand the use of different rooms in the mansion, the appearance of these rooms, and where the Madisons' furnishings and personal effects might be today. We call this groundbreaking, one-of-a-kind project our presidential detective story. Today, we have identified approximately 1,800 titles from Madison's original library. While we do have a selection of Madison's books in our collection, we also have about 500 other 18th and 19th century books that are exact title matches, standing in for the originals. While some of Madison's books now belong to organizations like the Library of Congress, sadly others have been lost, including those he gave through bequest in his will to the University of Virginia. Madison was instrumental in UVA's founding and served as its rector following Jefferson's death. Unfortunately, his books were destroyed in the Great Rotunda Fire of 1895. Visit us at Montpelier to learn more about the presidential detective story and the challenge of restoring a presidential library 160 years after it was dispersed.
There's always something new to learn and see and do at James Madison's Montpelier.